Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, well, I have had another viewer request on how to do things on a bike, namely this one, how to do hill starts. Not something I've really thought about too much, but it's pretty simple, but I do understand the concerns. So I've come to a very steep hill. Because, you know, if you're going to show someone an example, you better do it on something decently steep. Now, I'm going to do something now that I don't advise you ever do, which is put the bike in neutral on a hill, because you will start rolling backwards! The other problem is, when you're on a hill, and you're in neutral, is that if you pull the front brake, you're just going to drag the front wheel, because you've got no weight going onto it. You can brake with the rear brake, which will have the weight of you on it, but unfortunately then it wants to pivot the bike over backwards if you're going fast enough. So my advice to you is, number one, never get out of gear. Always be in first or second or something, because if you're in gear, you don't want to, you know, lean on this, because you don't want the engine to be forced in reverse, but it will hold itself. Now, as for pulling away, I can understand where this can be tricky, because what's going to happen is you'll be in first, you'll have the clutch in, you'll let the brake off to let you better start pulling away, and, you know, you're already rolling backwards because you're on a hill. You have to balance the bike and get it to hold itself before you let the brakes off. So, I will just show you how I would do it. Okay, so I'm in gear, foot on the rear brake. Now, obviously, if you're in first, you can use the rear brake to hold you, and then, you know, go from there. But if you've somehow got the bike in neutral, or if you've had to put your right foot down, well, then you're going to be holding the bike on the front brake. I will happily hold it on the front brake, but basically, I think you're supposed to use the rear more, but that's not the important point, though. The important point is what you do when you release it. So if you look, I'm going to start pulling away. Now, I've got the bike holding itself. Now I let the brake off, and you see how I start going uphill. That was using the rear brake. Again with the front brake. See, look, can you see how the bike's picked itself up? Let the brake off, and I'm moving uphill. If you come into a stop on a hill, as I say, I would leave it in gear, pull the clutch in for a second, and yeah, get your foot on that rear brake. Because if the worst comes to the worst and you start going, you're, oh, well, you're still in gear, and the bike's not rolling down the hill at high speed. So if you're on a hill and you're struggling and you keep stalling, just do this. Remember, brake in, loads of revs, slowly let the clutch out till you feel it pick the bike, and then just go. I was in second then. No wonder it struggled a little bit. And when you get quick with it, you're just like, whatever. You know? I hope that helps you with the hill starts. I have literally just done a video talking about engine braking. I've done videos on, you know, the CBT, Mod 1, Mod 2, what to look for on when you're buying a second-hand bike, how to ride a motorcycle in the first place, a lot of stuff. I've made a lot of videos. There is a playlist. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends who are learning to ride, because all these things, even if it's just a reminder, really help you grasp these things. So thank you for watching, ride safe, and I'll catch you next time.